We're halfway through group stages of the Dragonflight Season 3 MDI, and one thing is abundantly clear. Global finals are going to be EU heavy. Group B brings back numerous veteran players and some of the biggest teams in the entire MDI scene, and this time they're all European. With Group A weekend proving that even longtime champs can get knocked into the lower bracket, the competition has never been as tight as it is right now. So lean back, grab a drink, and let's meet our Group B teams. Hot on Echo's heels in the time trials comes Perplexed, an institution in the competitive WoW scene who ended 4th in Season 1's MDI Global Finals. Divine Field, Ashine, Wolf Disco, Swag, and Sesevi gave an amazing performance in the time trials, which is nothing unusual for this squad given how often they like to show off in the time trials. Perplexed is probably the team with the longest history in competitive Mythic Plus, so we are more than happy to see them back on duty. With a strong 10-minute and 20-second Everbloom and a 15-minute and 48-second Rise, the team comes in hot at number 2, only 14 seconds behind Echo with a total time of 26 minutes and 8 seconds. We are very excited to see if this seasoned squad can take their excellent time trials performance into the group weekend. Perplexed are starting off the weekend with a match against Bone Buds Resurrected, a team over 6 minutes behind Perplexed in the time trials, which means this is a matchup that certainly favors Perplexed. Mandatory followed only 30 seconds behind Perplexed, ending in 3rd place after the time trials. With a 10-minute and 40-second Everbloom and a 15-minute and 57-second Rise, the team achieved an excellent total time of 26 minutes and 38 seconds. Skylarked, Mode, Crims, and Maystein are joined by their newest member, Stove, making his exciting debut. Stove is no stranger to the Mythic Plus competition scene, however, as he participated in the Dragonflight Season 1 MDI on Team Donut, and followed that up in Dragonflight Season 2 TGP with Team Sheesh, both incredibly competitive teams. It comes as no surprise that a team like Mandatory would eventually snatch him up. Mandatory will face their first challenge versus Team Sloth, a team that hasn't been too lucky during the time trials, ending up at rank 14, almost 6 minutes behind. Don't be fooled though, Sloth has been good for surprises in the past, and this match might get interesting. Bald Bandits is the new home of Fragnance, Dranaco, and Zatzi, who you saw in Dragonflight Season 1 MDI team Cheese, where they placed 5th. We saw them again in the Dragonflight Season 2 TGP team Cool Beans. The recognizable trio is teaming up with Yitz, a former tank in Donuts, and Kush, a raider in Echo. Yips is replacing Fem, who retired from playing WoW, and Kush fills in for last season's mage extraordinaire, Dr. J. With an 11-minute and 20-second Everbloom run and a 16-minute and 39-second Rise, the squad settled in at rank 6 in the time trials with an overall time of 27 minutes and 59 seconds. A great start for a new group. Their first match will be against Team Come On Now, who came in 11th, 3 minutes and 17 seconds behind Bald Bandits. This is certainly a matchup that favors the Bald Bandits, but we're hoping that Team Come On Now can give them a run for their money. While Eclipse is a new name on the horizon, the team comes equipped with some pretty experienced players. Flying in at the 7th seed, Kira, Yargi, and AJ, who you might have seen in Season 2's TGP on Team Last Minute, team up with Krona and Arxes for this season's MDI. Krona is a high key pusher and is no stranger to pressure as a raider in the Race to World First guild Fat Shark Yes, and a former member of their Season 1 TGP team. Arxes is also an excellent addition. As a dedicated Mythic Plus player and raider in Fat Shark Yes, he is also one of the 4 members of the team to appear on the World First plus 32 key this season in a Tal Dazar. With an 11-minute and 57-second Everbloom and a 16-minute and 21-second Rise, the squad locked in a total time of 28 minutes and 19 seconds, 2 minutes and 25 seconds behind Echo, but 2 minutes and 23 seconds ahead of their first opponent from Match 1, Ducks Can Fly, which should bring a small advantage for Team Eclipse. The team with the best name is back. Ducks Can Fly once more waddles bravely into battle with Goatface, Luca, Mirage, Moza, and Quoru, who have been playing together since BFA. Seating 10th in the time trials with a 12-minute and 18-second Everbloom and an 18-minute and 24-second Rise, the Ducklings finished in a relatively comfortable spot with a total time of 30 minutes and 42 seconds, 2 minutes and 23 seconds behind their first opponents, Eclipse. Ducks Can Fly Season 1 MDI adventure sadly ended early in the Group B weekend, where they lost to Boar's Money Crew in the first lower bracket match. Let's hope they can fly higher this time in their first match against Team Eclipse. A new team has entered the competition this season. Team Come On Now, made up of Swolex, Biny, Jit, Zana, and Culligan, who might not be very well known when it comes to the competitive side of Mythic Plus, but this EU team is made of big IO gamers who regularly play together on retail. Come On Now formed their team in Dragonflight Season 2 while pushing live keys, and have been playing together ever since. While they don't have competitive experience as a squad, some members have given TGP and MDI time trials a try before, and they decided to go all in as a team this season. With a 13-minute and 19-second Everbloom and a 17-minute and 56-second Rise, the squad is celebrating their debut with an 11th place seed in a total time of 31 minutes and 16 seconds, leaving known teams like Sloth in the dust. Their first match will be against Team Bald Bandits, the 6th place seeded team of veteran players. This matchup will certainly make for a really great opportunity for Come On Now to show what they're capable of. The Spanish squad of Sloth is back once more, and we couldn't be happier to see them return to the MDI. Malik, Mickey, Marky, Oppo, and Simpkins placed 14th in this season's time trials, which might be a surprise for some longtime viewers. These veterans had to settle for a 13-minute and 29-second Everbloom and an 18-minute and 44-second Murazan's Rise, which puts them at an overall time of 32 minutes and 13 seconds, with quite some distance between Sloth and the teams they usually battle for seeding. In the Season 1 MDI, Sloth had an amazing group weekend where only Echo prevented them from ending in first place. The squad had to leave the global finals early after they lost to Legendary in the lower bracket, ending their overall run in 7th place. Sloth's first challenge this weekend will be a match versus Mandatory, and if these veterans can forget about their time trials performance and get back to their old form, then this could be a very exciting series to watch. A team you might remember from Dragonflight's Season 1 MDI, especially because of their logo, is Team Bone Buds. The squad of Druff, Chaz, Chippy, Hemo, and Luffer hibernated during Season 2 and are now making a comeback as the Bone Buds Resurrected. This team competed in the Shadowlands Season 3 MDI under the name Soundproof, and is no stranger to the pressures of the competition. They ended up at Seed 6 in their Group C weekend in Season 1 after losing against Thunderstruck in the lower bracket, and are now back again to blow up some dust. The Buds placed 15th in this season's time trials, 15 seconds behind Sloth and 6 minutes and 34 seconds behind the Rank 1 team, Echo. With a 13-minute and 53-second Everbloom and an 18-minute and 35-second Rise, they qualified for a ticket in Group B with an overall time of 32 minutes and 28 seconds. Their first match will be against the group leaders, Team Perplexed, so we can only hope that the bones aren't too stiff anymore after their long dirt nap. And that's it for our 8 Group B weekend teams. Don't forget that this time around there is no Group C weekend. The teams from Group A and B go straight into the finals. It'll be here before you know it. Until then, make sure you don't miss a single note along the way by using our coverage for clips, analysis, discussion, and more. And I'll see you at the Group B weekend.